In this lesson on probability, we're going to use our knowledge of counting techniques to determine the size of the sample space and also the number of favourable outcomes. So in this first example, we have a 7-card hand dealt at random from a pack of 52 cards, and we want to know the probability that the hand contains all 4 aces. We first need to determine the total number of possible 7-card hands. From that pack of 52, we're choosing 7 cards. And so if you check on your calculator, this is 133,784,560 different 7-card hands. Now, how many of those contain all 4 aces? If we think about this as a counting techniques problem, we want to choose 4 aces from 4, and then from the remaining 48 cards we want to choose the others. Now there's only one way of choosing 4 aces from 4, and there are 17,296 ways of choosing 3 cards from the remaining 48. So the answer to our question, what's the probability that the hand contains all 4 aces? That's 17,296 out of the 133,784,560. If we write this calculation just using the NCR notation without simplifying, it's 4 choose 4 times 48 choose 3 over 52 choose 7. And your calculator will work this out if you just enter it like this. But it's helpful to write it down in this way as a check, because we can see that the 4 and the 48 together sum to the 52, and the 4 and the 3 sum to the 7. In this next example, I've deliberately highlighted all of the numbers to make it easier to find them in the context of the question. We need to choose 7 people to represent a company at a function. We have to include the manager, 2 out of 8 salespeople, 1 out of 4 accountants, and 3 out of 20 general workers. Jim's a salesman, Alice is an accountant, and we're looking for the probability that Jim and Alice are both in the group. I'm going to write this as one single fraction. Our denominator is the total number of possible groups of 7. Now we know that the group has to include the manager, so that's 1 choose 1, and 2 out of the 8 salespeople, so that's 8 choose 2, 1 of the 4 accountants, 4 choose 1, and 3 out of 20 general workers. So writing it in this way, we can see 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 3 equals 7. We've chosen 7 people to represent the company. Now we need the number of selections that include Jim and Alice. So Jim's a salesman, Alice is an accountant. The manager is still the same, 1 choose 1. Now we want 2 out of the 8 salespeople, but if one of those salespeople is Jim, so that's 1 choose 1 of Jim, but from the remaining 7 salespeople we need to choose another 1 to represent the company. Then Alice is the accountant, so we're choosing 1 from 1, Alice, and from the remaining accountants we don't want any of them, and we still want 3 of the 20 general workers. So writing it this way with the denominator written first, we've got our manager, our salespeople, our accountants, and our general workers. the manager and the general workers don't change. But because Jim is a salesman, instead of 8 choose 2, we've now got 1 choose 1 and 7 choose 1. And because Alice is an accountant, we've now got, instead of 4 choose 1, 1 choose 1 and 3 choose 0. And again, the calculator will simplify this for us to 1/16 or 0.0625.